Hello and welcome to The Gaggle, where we challenge and, if necessary, destroy media narratives. I'm George Szamuely. With me today, of course, is co-founder of The Gaggle, Peter Lavelle, host also of RT's talk show, Cross Talk. Well, Peter, one of the great non-events in the history of arts and entertainment took place over the weekend. It was the Emmys Awards. I'm not exactly sure what the Emmys are. I think they give it out for TV shows, but and I've never watched an Emmy award ever. You know, I used to watch the Oscars spasmodically, but I haven't seen it now in a number of years. But the Emmys I've never watched. But in any case, this event was a star-studded gala, as they say in the entertainment press, with lots of beautiful people wearing beautiful clothes, especially women.
We have no idea who they are.
No, exactly. They're, you know, but no, quite so. I mean, you know, they say this is stunning and whatever, and who's she? And so anyway. But as some people noted, and you know, we also noted, the celebrities were all unmasked. And in California, you know, when you have these big events, you are supposed to be masked. And not only were the celebrities unmasked and cavorting and, you know, kissing one another on the cheek, as celebrities are wont to do, the flunkies, the bartenders, the waiters, the you know, the hosts and hostesses, they were all masked. And by now, you know, we're becoming used to this scene. I remember when Pelosi a few weeks ago, she had a big fundraiser. You know, lots of very wealthy Californians attended that, and they were all, you know, eating great food, drinking excellent California wine. But the wait staff and the bartenders, they were all masked. But the people supping at the table were unmasked. And that is a very interesting phenomenon, because it now seems like masks are for the lower orders, you know, the dregs of society, the people who don't matter. If you don't matter, you're masked up. Probably because they feel, you know, if you're an unwashed person, you know, one of the great unwashed masses, you know, you're carrying a lot of germs, bacteria, viruses.
And you can be easily replaced.
You can be easily replaced. And, you know, and you may also have bad breath. I mean, it's like, and it's unfortunate that, you know, poor people tend to have, you know, worse breath than rich people. So there's, you know, there's that. And in the meantime, there was one of these big fashion galas at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where you had to pay $35,000 to attend. Big thing.
300,000 to 500,000 for a table.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. You know, a little out of your price range, Peter, but only a little bit. But in attendance was, you know, America's today most famous politician, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and she wore this dress with this long train, and on her backside was written, tax the rich. Now, she also was unmasked, as was her husband or her partner who was in attendance, while the flunkies who were helping her with her makeup and her dress and were carrying the train behind her, they were all masked. It's a kind of an interesting social order that's developing these days, Peter.
Good. Can I add to that the mandates that the Biden administration is proposing, demanding, doesn't apply to Congress? Also.
No, does not come to that. No.
But I'm sure the flunkies have to wear their masks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I mean, this is one of the things that, before I forget, I mean, AOC writing tax the rich on her backside, well, as asinine, you know, I mean, that's the level of our discourse. Okay. Right. Any possible way to get you to look at my ass? Is that the message?
Right.
Okay.
A strange thing for somebody who presumably is, you know, a feminist. I mean, she's a part of a
fifth generation feminist or something.
Right. Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, it's interesting. It's almost, again, it's very cult-like. You know, you have a dispensation, you have a dispensation, you have a dispensation. Okay, arbitrarily, maybe for donations, for influence. You know, that's how it all works. Okay, and that's why people see it as being hypocritical. They saw it hypocritical in the Catholic Church. You can pay your way out of your sins, and you know, give your land, or you know, whatever. Okay,
Right,
and
right,
this is the same thing.
right.
And what it's so intensely divisive. I mean, why does, you know, no one can explain to me why a congressperson or a pop star is somehow more healthy and virtuous.
Right, right.
Are they somehow immune? I mean, does the coronavirus say, not here, okay?
Right.
I stop here, okay?
That's right.
I mean,
Right.
everybody knows that it's ridiculous, it's hypocritical, and what it does is it engenders anger, lots of anger. Oh, your life goes on swimmingly. Yes, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody else, no.
Right.
But I'm sorry, you forgot another category, a big one. If you're an illegal immigrant at the southern border, you're dispensation.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. No, that's exactly right. So what happens is, you know, you've now developed a particular pecking order. And so this masking now appears as something rather other than a public health issue. It was always questionable of public health because, you know, no one had ever come up with any scientific evidence that the mask did anything at all to retard the transmission of the virus. I mean, this was known from the beginning, and indeed Fauci, you know, at the beginning said, hey, you know, a mask doesn't do anything because these are submicroscopic pathogens. They can go in and out of masks with ease. But that was the original thing. But now this religion of masks has nothing to do with public health. It's a means of social coercion. It's to tell you, you know, that you, because you're a part of the lower orders, mask up. And then if you don't, we're going to fine you. We're going to keep you out of wherever you want to go. And then, but you know, the people at the top, the higher, you know, the ones who can afford to spend $35,000 for a plate, they don't have to do it. I mean, you know, the virus doesn't have, they're immune to the virus.
It's a caste system. It's not class, it's a caste now. Yeah. We have a caste system, and people wearing masks is this new scarlet letter. That's what it is, okay? You were unwashed, you were rube, you're replaceable, okay? And actually, you're probably a burden on society, okay? Right. I'm serious about that, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
right. And of course, if you wear a mask, well, it means that you must be a racist, okay? Because only racists wear masks, and only, I mean, the reductionism here is absurd, okay?
Yeah.
And again, George and I don't want people to misunderstand us. I admire talent and I admire ingenuity, okay? But at the end of the day, we're all physically the same, okay? And I don't see why you need to give dispensations for a select group of people. You know, I guess if, you know, your Nobel Peace Prize, I knew Czesław Miłosz before he died. He was a Nobel Prize winner in literature. And he was a really arrogant guy, really arrogant. But I thought, but you're a Nobel Prize winner and you're a really great poet, okay? You can be arrogant, okay? Right. I get that, okay? But he didn't make me wear a mask.
Right, yeah. Well, that's it. And so it really is just a fraud. I mean, there's AOC with that beautiful dress, and then when she walks out onto the street from her big dinner, she's waves to the crowd, like as if she's the Princess of Wales, this is the way the Princess of Wales, waves to the crowd. And then, when she's making one of her, ridiculous political points about how, we have to spend whatever, $5 trillion or something, she puts a mask on. So like, the mask is back on. So it's, you really sense that all of this is just like a total and absolute fraud. I mean, it's like there it is, you just put the mask on, take it off. I mean, because anyone with any common sense would know hey, either you're afraid of the virus or you're not. They don't. Well, right now I can take my mask off. I'm safe. I'm good. The virus is not going to touch me. Now I have to put my mask back on. The virus is getting menacing right now.
This is voodoo. This is all this is. Okay, this is all this is. Okay, and it's a fraud on people. It's so extraordinary. Is that if you don't have to, if you can get away without wearing a mask, somehow you are virtuous, because only people without virtue have to wear a mask.
Right.
I mean, it gets metaphysical here. It gets very because it left the realm of science months and months and months ago. If it ever was grounded in science.
No, it was never any science. I mean, if you're vaccinated and you're going around with a mask, then you're basically, saying that the vaccine is worthless. I mean, it's not doing you anything. I mean, if you're still a menace to others, or that you're still liable to the virus, then the vaccine isn't doing anything. So why are you going around bullying people to take the vaccine when it's not going to do them anything? It's not going to provide them with any safety at all. So none of it has ever made any sense, and that's why it is a kind of voodoo. You just go through the ritual. You just order people, mask up. If you don't mask up, you're banned. Take the vaccine. You're not going to vaccine, forget it. You're not going to, no restaurant for you. No, no public buildings for you. That's it. It's just a means of coercion. It's long left any public health matter.
It has real world impact. I think you saw the segment. I think it was on Tucker where the Navy SEALs. This is the elite of the elite. Right. Okay. And a growing number of them, I don't want to use a number because I don't want to get it wrong, but a growing number are saying they don't feel that. Don't you think Navy SEALs are probably more in tune with their body than probably any other group of people in the world? Okay. I mean, these are the finest of the finest. Okay. And they're it looks like, from what we understood from the reporting, is that they're out. No discussion, out. Okay. Okay, so it has real world impact, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I find these things breathtaking, not related to this, but I mean, we heard 2 years ago, air traffic controllers, they're lowering on the standards, so it becomes more diverse. What? Oh, you can do this with the Emmys, you can do this with the Oscars, don't do it with pilots and air traffic controllers.
Or surgeons, we just want a diverse group of surgeons in this hospital. You don't mind, do you? Just as you're about to go under the knife. Well, actually, I do mind. But it's a very interesting thing, because at the Emmys, they had this comedian, Seth Rogen. I don't know anything about him. I just see things written about him. Seth Rogen says this or Seth Rogen does that. But anyway, it's the first time I've ever seen him. And he was kind of making little jokes along the lines of, hey, this is a full room. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Hey, I was told this is supposed to be outside. Hey, it isn't outside, it's inside. Hey, maybe we're violating some of the rules. And everybody laughed and thought, ha, 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 isn't this funny? It's self-deprecating humor. That's good, self-deprecating. No, it's a fraud. You just think that you can be a liar and a cheat and get out of it by making a few lighthearted little quips. It kind of reminded me, I don't know if you remember, at one of those George W. Bush, at one of those dinners, White House Correspondents' Dinner, or maybe Gridiron Club, I don't know. It's about 2004, 2005, and the weapons of mass destruction had already become a big embarrassment for the United States. And he went through this routine of, where are the weapons of mass destruction? And he was looking under the table. I can't find it. Let me look. Oh, let me find this. Is it here? No. Is it there? And people thought, this is funny. No, it isn't funny. You launched a war on a bogus pretext, and you think you can make light of it by making silly jokes.
But the connection there, I'm so glad you brought that up, is that they laugh because they got away with it. Right. And the same thing with this Rogan guy.
Yes.
They're laughing because they're getting away with it in front of everyone in broad daylight, and they're laughing in your face.
That's it. They're laughing at you. Exactly. The joke is on you, because you think that the ruling elites are going to be honest and live by the same rules as everyone else. No, joke's on you, pal.
That's why we want to be in the elite. Okay,
Yep, that's it.
Never held accountable for
No,
anything.
no.
Like that San Francisco mayor. I think her first name is London. How that happens, I don't know. And she was caught singing and dancing in a bar, and she said, the spirit captured me.
That's
oh,
it.
Okay. So that's the kryptonite that you use, the spirit.
That's right. Well, it was, remember the other one, that the mayor of Chicago, the Lori Lightfoot or Lighthead, she went off, she went to a hairdresser, again, no one was supposed to go to a hairdresser, that was last year, and said, well, I'm a public person, so I really need to, do something about my hair. Well, as opposed to everybody else, you aren't a public person. You are a private little schmuck. Get back to your apartment and stay there. You don't get to cut your hair.
And if you're a white journalist, you can't ask me questions.
Exactly.
These are our ruling elites, folks.
That's
Okay, no wonder everything's going to hell in a handbasket. And you know what? It's going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. All right, everybody, we're on local, so please go to the gaggle.locals.com. George is going to do a live stream either at the end of this week, beginning maybe the weekend.
Yep.
Please get in contact with us, do a Zoom chat with us. We're going to do the mailbag again because mail is accumulating. All full speed ahead for a super chat on YouTube.
On Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time. No lunch, or brown bag it, but there's no time to go out and grab a hot dog. You got to sit and watch this.
Don't mention hot dogs around my boys. Okay, all right. And we have the store up, so check out our merchandise. We've added some new winter stuff. Hats and scarves and whatnot, so it looks pretty cool. And listen up, everybody. Listen up. It's important here. That's how we end it here. Buddy is really on my back now. Now, come on. I need that tip jar to be replenished. Okay.
Yes,
he's almost to the point he's not speaking to me anymore.
He has a point. I mean, he needs his tips. When he doesn't get his tips, he's not happy. Not a happy camper. So, look at that adorable face. So, you have to look after this little fella. But in all seriousness, we really appreciate all your kindness and generosity and your help. And so, anything you can contribute will be most grateful, will be very much appreciated. Remember, if you like The Gaggle, please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.